Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about red team versus blue team. First of all, introduce myself. I am Praveen Shiva. Today agenda is so interesting one. What are all the topics we have to learn today? Definition of red and blue teams. What is red team goals and objectives? How does the red team works? What is blue team goals and objectives? How does blue team works? And benefits of red and blue teams. How they work together, red and blue team. Red and blue team talks. These are the topics we have to learn today. Definition of red and blue teams. So the term red and blue teams are often mentioned when we discuss cybersecurity associated with the army. These terms are used to describe terms that use their skill to mock an attack that enemies might use their other term to defend it. Both red and blue team consist of cybersecurity professionals whose aim is to defend an organization from cyber attacks. The primary purpose of the two teams is to harden the security of an organization. The majority and difference between the two is that the red team simulate a cyber attack and break into defenses of an organization, and while the blue team defend and respond to the red team cybersecurity attack. It responds axis of both red and blue team play a vital role in defending a key asset of an organization from cyber breaches in today's environment in the following ways. Identifying vulnerabilities related to the system technologies and people. And the second one, identify area of improving and defending the cybersecurity of an organization. And the third one, to detect and contain the effect of cyber attack. Fourth one, developing an incident response plan to restore the business operation of an organization after an incident. Now, what is red team goals and objectives? So, red team is a group of offensive security professionals whose job is to attack the core defensive mechanism of organization. This is a group of ethical hackers who work independently and use variety of technique and tools to assess and evaluate the cybersecurity defense control just like hackers. They get a variety of information about the people, technology, process, and IT infrastructures to find and exploit the vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to the organization asset while avoiding detection. The red team then put forward action plan and a recommendation to protect their target system and technology from external and internals. Goals of red teams. The goals of the red team is to identify attack vectors that might be used by the real world attackers to gain unauthorized access to the network and system. By adopting red team approaches, an organization will able to assess the core defense mechanism that are deployed to protect the system and the network from real-world threats. Red team play a vital role in accurately assessing the detection and prevention and defending key attack assets from cyber attacks. How does red team work? Red team uses a number of techniques to stimulate the cyber attack against an organization. First, the red team uses variety of tools such as packet sniffers, network mappers, OSINT tool, etc. to get those vulnerable information about the target systems. Once they get the record information, they scan the target system for known and unknown vulnerabilities, and then devices is an action plan to target those vulnerabilities after identifying the vulnerabilities. The red team exploit these vulnerabilities to gain unauthorized access to the target system. The red team use post-exploit privilege escalation technique to gain full control of the target network or system. And now, what is blue team goals and objectives? According to the NIST, blue team is a group of cybersecurity professionals responsible to protect an organization information system by maintaining its security posture against the attackers. The job is to protect the organization from any kind of threat in cybersecurity. If red team is simulating an attack against the information asset, then the blue team is playing a defense to protect this asset. The blue team consists of a group of incident response and the cybersecurity professionals whose job is to provide the guidance to the cybersecurity team to take security measures to protect the organization, internal network, and the system from intruders. The security team is responsible to take these measures to protect and the key information asset and the internal network of an organization from cyber attack. How does the blue team works? So the blue team work the following procedure is adapted by the blue team adapted by defending the organization, information system, and internal network from the attackers. So first they gather information and the documents related to the asset that need to the protected, and then conduct risk assessment, and following that the team then harden the security of that system by placing security control, implementing the security policies, and by educating the organization employees. Next stage is monitoring tools, and then are placed to monitor log and any unusual activity besides. The blue team is involved installation and configuration of firewalls, antivirus program, and developing and implementing the incident response plan. And now, benefits of both red and blue teams. Both red and blue team strategy allow organization to take advantages from the cybersecurity professionals of different skill set, and mindset is rise healthy competition among us skillful. Red team is vulnerable because it identify vulnerabilities, but they can only highlight the current security posture of organization or network. The blue team ensure that the security measures are strong enough to protect the organization from internal and external intruders. Cybersecurity professionals which lead to the organization to increase their performance in improving its security posture of any organization. However, the key advantages of using combined strategy of red and blue team is the continuation of improvement in the cybersecurity of an organization by finding vulnerabilities and then mitigating the risk of the vulnerabilities by implementing the appropriate security control and besides. This red and blue team strategy can let the organization find the vulnerabilities and misconfiguration in existing IT infrastructure, order network security to monitor and prevent cybersecurity breaches, increase cooperation among the IT staff throughout the security of the organization, increase awareness among the staff to respond to the cybersecurity breaches, build the capacity and maturity of organization cybersecurity capabilities. And now, how do they work together? Communication between the both red and blue teams. The red teams always find a new strategy technique used by the hackers to gain unauthorized access to the target system. While the other hand, blue team find the solution to defend critical information access from the organization. The red team put the suggestion to the blue team in order to improve the security posture of the organization scenario. The work collaboration between the two teams depend on the goals is simulated attack. If the simulated attack is undetected the real world scenario, then the red team is not required to inform, but the inform the blue team. But in some scenario, the red team has to inform someone who lead the blue team. Once the simulation is complete, both the teams collect information and recording their finding. If the red team is successful in penetrating the target system, then they put forward the suggestion the blue team to avoid similar real-world attackers. Similarly, the blue team also led the red team know about the incident response plan. Now, their defense mechanism detect the block the malicious traffic in simulated attack. The red and blue team work together to plan, develop, and implement strong security control to mitigate the risk of similar attacks in the future. And now, how the red and blue team work together? Some sample scenario: system and network exploitation scenario. The red team scan the information system and exploit the vulnerabilities they found during footprinting and vulnerability scanning by using technique used by the real-world attackers. And then the blue team, with the cooperation of security team, can analyze the network and the system to find the source and destination of the attacks. And now, red and blue team toss. We already know that red team is also known as offensive attack team, and that the blue team is also known as defensive product team. Offensive attack team tasks are ethical hacking, penetration testing, black box testing, social engineering, web of testing, and vulnerability exploitation. And also the defensive product team tasks infrastructure security, damage control, and incident response, operational security, threat hunting, and digital forensics. I hope it has been clear to everyone. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you once again.